I lost my boys, Dawson and Devin, 15 years ago, this month. 15 years ago. And for the longest time, I heard two words that just broke me. Every time I heard them, they broke me. And I'll tell you, they're the worst two words that any bereaved parent or sibling or spouse or anyone who loves anyone desperately that they've lost. It's the two worst words in the entire world. At least. And why would those two words be the worst words in the world? Tell me if you ever heard this, or if you ever said it. At least you had them for a while. At least you're young enough that you can still have more children. At least they're not suffering. At least they're in a better place now. At least you have the good memories. At least they didn't know it was happening. That came because we were in an automobile accident and they died on impact. At least it was quick. At least they lived a full life as young as they were. At least it wasn't worse. At least you're still here. At least you can now help other parents who've gone through the same thing. And that's true. I mean, I do. I help people here on social media. And then I also meet with parents who've lost children, and we do coaching together where we walk through their loss, and I help them find good grief rather than the ugly, stare at the wall grief. So that one's true. Doesn't necessarily make it any easier, but it is true. And if I help people who've suffered loss, that's honoring my boys. And that's good.